press record. So I'm gonna just reread the first few I said just so people can get it. So to be or not to be intentional, anything to so that first blank is anything done with a purpose. So that means there is no middle ground. You're either being intentional or unintentional in your actions. You're either hot or cold, up or down, forward or backwards. That's the new mindset. 4 things to know about being intentional. Number 1, it's not an accident. Number 2, it's not left up to chance. And number 3, it's done on and with purpose. Hey, well, Carol, the ball about to come in. Okay, so being intentional is done on and with a purpose. I purposely got up and decided to run at 4 o'clock this morning if that's what I did. I purposely went to the gym. I didn't accidentally, just close my eyes, get behind the wheel, and hopefully I make it to the gym to work out. No. It was intentional. I intentionally made sure me and my wife prepped out our food for the whole week yesterday because I knew this week was going to be busy because I'm trying to get a lot of stuff done. I did that with the purpose of maintaining my integrity of being healthy. So being intentional is a thing that, man, if someone can master being intentional, you can do anything. You can literally do anything you put your mind to if you're intentional. Number 4, it's executed. So intentionality is executed because of considered thought. So that last one, number 4, is going to be considered thought, meaning I thought about this. I thought about weighing 178 pounds. So all my actions leading up to it was intentional. So when I kept getting stuck at 182, I didn't say, well, I tried my best, or everybody else say I look good. No. My intentions were to get to 178 or lower. So when I look at a scale and I didn't like what it was, I went to go run, or I made sure I cleaned up my eating. I didn't blame nobody else. I didn't say, woe is me and the world is just against me. No, I literally became more intentional about my actions. Okay. So I considered, like, man, I want to be this weight because this is how I know my eating is on point. This is how, if I believe I'm this weight, the older I get, if I can stay this weight, I can be able to play with my son. I can be active with my wife. I won't have these pains in my body. So I considered, like, I literally thought about it. To me, it was more pain to be out of shape and over. It was too much pain for me to stay that way. So then all my movements started. So if you're like, man, I'm at a weight I don't want to be at, or I'm at strength I don't want to be at, don't give up. Don't quit. Don't say it doesn't work. Be more intentional, or add. So a person that's intentional, they're also asking questions like, man, I really want to do this. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Okay. They're not just sitting back saying, well, nothing works. No, that's not being intentional. That's called giving up. You just literally gave up and you settled. Okay. So being intentional is considered thought. I literally think about this thing. So your thoughts are considered about either how badly you really want this thing or how much pain it is to be without this thing. So your thoughts are, how bad do I want this thing? Or is, how much pain would it be to be without this thing? And then if you get that into your mind, then you can be intentional. Man, it's too much pain not to be, you can't just have that. So I remember I said, you're kind of like in a warfare. You are in a warfare. That's our life. Our lives, like, everything is competing and battling for our time. So I gotta be intentional. If I don't get up and do my discipleship at 5:30 in the morning, I probably won't get it done. And I can't blame nobody else but myself because I had an hour and a half to do it and I didn't get it done. So being intentional, like, you have to say, man, it is war. People are warring for my time and they are trying to steal away my health. Whether they're doing intentionally or not, I'm going to intentionally regain my health, regain my strength. I'm going to intentionally reach my goals. I don't care. No one's going to stop me. I'm being super intentional. So I put on there in this little paragraph, ultimately being intentional is totally dependent upon your. So you're going to see this word your and you in there a lot because you're going to know that being intentional is dependent upon you. It's not dependent upon Maksud, not dependent upon Rachel. It's not dependent upon all your accountability coaches. It's literally dependent upon you. We put together a strategy and a plan, but who has to execute? You. Who has to be intentional? You. So being intentional is totally dependent upon your perceived value or worth of that in which you are pursuing. So if I hold my health in high value or high regard, or if I hold being ready to be able to hang out with my wife and be able to play games with my son and to be able to be injury free and to be able to live until I'm like 100 years old and still be super duper effective out here, then if I perceive that as very valuable, you will see that my steps are intentional, because no one accidentally lives to be 100 years old. No one accidentally reaches all their goals. No one accidentally becomes a millionaire. Oh my God, well, if it does happen, it's very rare. So I wouldn't bet on that. I would not bet on that. But a lot of people do achieve a lot of success when they are super intentional. Okay. So what is your value in that which you are pursuing? If I'm pursuing weight loss, if I'm pursuing being healthy, if I'm pursuing being strong, how much value am I put on that? And then the proof is in the pudding. If I value something, that means I gotta hold it in high priority. So a lot of problem is our priorities and our values don't add up. Meaning I say I value my health, but then I don't put meal prepping as a priority. I say I value my fitness, but then I don't put going to the gym as a priority, or I make excuses why I can't make it. You understand what I'm saying? So if you say, oh, I do highly value it, but what's the fruit of it? Is it at the top of your priority? Then if it is at the top of your priority, are you actually getting that thing done? All right. So it's then to continue in that is that perceived value will determine whether or not you are intentional about your action to execute what you plan to do. So however you perceive that thing which you are chasing, whether it's a good relationship with God, you got to work at it. Whether it's a good relationship with your husband or wife, you got to work at it. You got to be intentional. Whether it's to be the best co-worker or the best worker possible, you have to be super intentional about it, or it will not come to pass. I put in parentheses so you can see how even being intentional starts with your mindset. So where is your mind at when it comes to being intentional? Then your actions will follow that, or your actions will shout out like, I'm intentional. Like, you see that person in the gym eating healthy, man, they look like they're doing their thing. You like, man, that person really wants it. They value it. They're being super intentional because they believe that this thing is worth more than anything to them. They really hold that high. So this leads you to taking actions of execution to achieve your goals, ambitions, or desires that you may have. So being intentional is really, really key. And I think this is going to just springboard. And this, now we see why I wanted us to learn this one super early. I said, no, this can't wait till Thursday, because I don't want them to get 4 days into it, 5 days into it, and then be like, oh man, I got to be intentional. No, I want you to be intentional on Monday. So for these next 2 weeks, every bit of food I put in my mouth, and I'll get down to that. I want to, because now, like I said, we're amping it up some, because this is the art of losing weight, and then you'll learn more and you'll grow. You'll get experience as you go. But like now, we're about to literally teach you how to lose weight. Those first 11, spoiler alert, was not necessarily for us teach you how to lose weight, because we had to develop the skill that it takes to lose weight. So what's the skill? You got to know what portion sizes are. You got to know what lean proteins are. You got to know what those things are. Now we're being super intentional. What is your ambition? What is your desire? What is your goal? What do you see that is valuable? How valuable is your health? Okay, now it's time to practice it. Now it's time to be super intentional. So what are 2 hindrances of being intentional? Number 1 and number 2. So number 1 is double-mindedness, and number 2 is effort. Number 1 is double-mindedness. Now, I know mindedness is not a word we use. It's an old King James 16:13 word. It's an old biblical word. Someone is double-mindedness. That means you have 2 thoughts about one particular goal. You have 2 thoughts about one goal. So on surface level, you're like, man, I want to be healthy. But deep down, you're like, man, I don't think this is going to work. That's called being double-minded. And the Bible says anybody that's double-minded, don't let that man or woman think that they will receive anything. So if you have any double-mindedness in you, you got to get that out of you. If you think 2 different ways, oh man, I know I know this program says do this, but I really think I should be doing this. Or I know the program say we should be, paying attention and taking notes when it comes to the teachers, but I kind of already, well, you're double-minded. You're not executing the plan. The plan is for you to, you pay for a service and you're getting the full capacity of the service. And so you want to take advantage of that. You don't want to be double-minded about anything you do. You can't say, well, I want to be healthy. Man, but my friends, they want me to come over. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Right then and there, you already compromised before you even go over. You can go over your friend's house and be healthy. That don't have to pop in your mind. But my friends want me to come over. Unless you know that you're not strong enough to be around those friends during this time, you got to say, hey, friends, look, I can't come around y'all right now because y'all are being unhealthy, and I don't want to be unhealthy. That's how serious you got to take your health, because nobody's just going to hang your health. You got to work at it, and that goes into number 2, effort. Be real with yourself. Are you putting in maximum effort, or are you cheating a little bit? Are you putting in maximum effort, or are you compromising a little bit? Are you putting in maximum effort, or are you lowering your standards? Are you putting in maximum effort, but you're like, nah, I'm too tired to meal prep? Are you putting in maximum effort, or now you like, nah, man, that's too early. I don't even feel like getting up and walking. I don't feel like going to the gym. So remember, effort is between you and you. You know deep down whether you're putting in. If I step on the scale and I'm 184, I know why I'm 184. I can't be like, well, because I've had people do this to me and fact, well, but then they know deep down they still drinking the pop or they're doing something. I'm not bashing nobody that still drink pop, but what I am saying is, you know what you're doing wrong. So now being intentional means, look, I gotta graduate. I gotta mature now. I can't keep playing the double-mindedness or the half effort role. So being intentional gets serious now. It's like, all right, man, look, I know they say healthy fat is this, but I still like to grab my handful of nuts. No, you can't grab your handful of nuts. I'm sorry, because that's not being intentional. That's actually being unintentional. And I'm about to go into that, number 2. So 2 outcomes of not being intentional is, number 1, no results, or number 2, half results. You're either going to get no results or you're going to get half results if you're not being intentional. So if I want to become a better husband, but if I don't intentionally set aside dates for me and my wife, I don't intentionally set aside biblical reading so I can understand how a good husband's supposed to be. If I want to be a good husband, but if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, then guess what? I may get some decent results. You know what I'm saying? My wife may be kind of happy with me, but nobody should be okay with mediocrity. If you're okay with mediocrity, man, you're not living how you're really supposed to live. You're always supposed to. You was created to be above and not beneath. You know what I'm saying? So you were created to be the head and not the tail. So you can't settle for mediocrity. You can't settle for not being intentional, because guess what you're going to do? You're going to get half results or no results. So it's not a big deal if you haven't lost 100 pounds as of yet. That's why I'm saying, like, this 2 weeks, if we take it serious, we can really hone in and focus in and really get these results if people want to lose weight. Now we're talking about weight loss. You see, I haven't talked about weight loss the whole entire time because we were more so talking about building the skills to enable us to lose weight. Because I can teach you how to lose weight within the first week. I could have taught being intentional. I could have put these things on you, but you see how this is going to be a little bit more restrictive. Okay, if I know a full serving size of a banana is a half a banana, I can't eat the whole thing. That's called not being intentional. Is a banana unhealthy? No, it's not unhealthy at all. 100% is not unhealthy. It's healthy. It was created by God. It's healthy. But what I am saying is, if I'm being intentional about my goal, instead of me eating a whole banana, how about I take half a banana, and then how about I take a tablespoon of peanut butter? That will supplement my other half of banana, because I know my body does not lose weight that quick, and I know that it is not process and break down and utilize carbs in that way. So I may have to go to that healthy fat. So I may can get 2 scoops of peanut butter, and I may only get a half of that banana. So now it's called being intentional. You know, you have to be intentional if you're going to lose the weight that you want to. So now we are actually talking about the weight that a person wants to lose, and this is a foolproof plan to do it. This will work. I guarantee you, if you weigh yourself like you're supposed to today, you will lose weight. If you're intentional, if you're not slacking, if you're, eating at least 3 meals, because you need that for the metabolism, and get some healthy snacks in between. You saw me today, and all today, I post all my meals all today, and you can ask any question because I wanted to lead by example. I wanted to show you some great examples today of that's how you do it. Now, me being a mesomorph, I could have actually ate more than that. I could have ate double portions of everything because I know how my body works. But for your own sake, I'm just showing you I've been doing this long enough. I can be flexible. You know what I'm saying? I can do that. So we can do that. And we got to believe we can be intentional. We can get these results. So I got a little asterisk beside it, and it's in bold on your paper. It says, so I'm talking about the two outcomes of not being intentional, which is no results or half results. Neither of these lead to lasting change. Meaning, like, because look, who's okay with no results? Like, you ain't gonna want to keep doing that thing. Who's okay with half results? You're not going to keep wanting to do that thing. So this won't lead to lasting permanent change. So you got to go all in with this being intentional thing. So neither of these lead to lasting change. They don't lead to joy. They don't lead to peace. And they don't lead to goals that you were pursuing. Moreover, not being intentional may lead you to being dissatisfied, disgruntled, and discouraged. So you're dissatisfied with the results, right? But 9 times out of 10, you got to say, look, I'm the one to blame. Don't, like, literally being intentional is all on you. So I'm trying to just really get that into our mind. And it ain't like, oh, I'm the one to blame. Let me just be a guilty person and condemn myself and walk around sad all day. No. Do something about it. If you're saying, oh, I'm the one to blame because I was a bad husband for the last 5 years, okay, I got to do something about it. If I'm saying I'm the one to blame because I keep getting in car accidents, well, I got to do something. I got to become a better driver. I'm the one to blame because, I'm not reaching my goals. I have to be the one to blame. So then knowing that, I got to say, all right, it's time for me to do something about that. Don't settle. Don't be guilty. Don't remember, we believe in grace. Grace gives you the power to get up and keep walking even when you feel beat down. That's grace, okay? Grace says, I'm not going to hold on to all my past failures and my faults and what I didn't do intentional. I'm going to get up and I'm going to keep moving, all right? I got to keep moving forward. So going down to the 5 blessings of being intentional, man, because you receive so many blessings when you start to be intentional. And I want y'all to testify. I want y'all to leave notes and comments. I remember last week, Rachel kind of gave her thing. She was like, look, I haven't been to the gym as much as I wanted to, but what I have been doing, I've been eating, and I see my stomach, and her stomach looks totally different, but she's been super intentional. I ain't going to tell you how many things of yogurt and cottage cheese she's been eating at night. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, that's her go-to now. Like, she's being intentional because she's seeing the results too. So 5 blessings of being intentional is number 1. It positions you for a permanent transformation. So being intentional positions you, get you in the sometimes we're out of position. Sometimes we're supposed to be going left, but we're really going right. We got to get in the proper position. And being in the proper position is not luck. It's skill. It's intentionality. Okay, people are in proper position to be successful, not by luck, not by chance, but it was because they purpose to be intentional. So to be positioned properly for a permanent change, you got to be positioned. You got to be intentional. That's one of the blessings. Blessing number 2, it shapes your day. So being intentional, remember, it starts in my mind, so that shapes the rest of my day, meaning it's a path that my feet are upon. My feet are upon the path of health, and I'm going to stay upon that, and I'm intentionally avoid this bar. I'm intentionally avoid that drink. I'm intentionally avoid those wings. It literally shapes my day. My morning, I get up. Okay, I got all this work to do, so I got to be intentional. I can't say, oh, I'm going to be on the couch for about 2 hours. I'm going to watch LeBron James. I'm just talking about myself personally. I can't do that. I know Danny wake up. I know I got to read him his Bible. I know I got to feed him because Rachel ain't here. I got to be intentional. None of that stuff we're going to get done. So it shapes your day with the mindset of, I got to be intentional today. That shapes my day. Number 3, I love this one. It sharpens your focus on your vision. it sharpens your focus. It gives you those blinders on that horses got. Like, I can't see what's going on to the left and to the right. My vision is so narrow right now. I'm so focused on my goal. When somebody says something like, hey, you want this ice cream? What? That's a foreign concept to me now. I'm like when I was over my in-laws' house. Man, I'm telling you, they had the Oreos out. What else they had? They had donuts out. They had man, they had this chocolate, man. Man, I don't know, man. They be having some stuff. I be like, what? I never even seen ice cream look that good before. But because I'm intentional, I'm like, nah. My first and last response is like, no. But it starts in my mind. I'm like, I'm not eating that before they even ask me. So I don't give myself, man, the Bible says, what it say? It say, don't give place to the devil. So what that means is don't even give him the opportunity to be able to but it starts in your mind. So don't let it even be in your mind that I possibly want this thing that is contrary to my goals. I think I was talking to Mike Duvall, man. I think he's down about 27 pounds, killing it, doing amazing, but he's so strong now, so much energy. He's so excited about his chain. Like I said, the pound is not everything, but he's just so excited. And he was just saying, that's crazy. Because I was at church with him. He said, man, when I go in here and I see these donuts and stuff like that, I used to be like, dang, I wish I had one of them. He said, look, I don't even look at it the same no more. That's called transformation. That's called, look, his focus on his vision is so sharp right now. It's so sharp. It's like, man, he can cut somebody with that focus. So you want to have that sharp focus on your vision, and being intentional. That's a blessing of being intentional. It sharpens your focus on your vision. Number 4, it allows immediate results. So now we're being intentional. That's why I'm going to stand by. I'm going to believe it, because everybody in the past, and it's a 100% success rate when it comes to being intentional. It's literally 100% success, unless you're intentionally doing the wrong thing. And even if you're intentionally doing the wrong thing, you're still going to start to see something change. That's how power being intentional is. You're going to see something change, even if you're doing the wrong thing. Like, I may believe that certain way of eatings are wrong, but if these people intentionally follow it, they'll start reaching some type of goals. Now, they may not be able to get over that complete hump, but they'll start seeing some immediate results. And I know all of you all have been intentional for the most part, so you all start seeing. But if you haven't been intentional and you haven't been seeing the results, that's why. That's why you haven't been seeing the immediate results. Or you might have seen immediate results, but then, like the Bible says, the cares of the world or the deceit or the lust come and snatch it out, and you start thinking about other stuff, or your day becomes very careful, means full of care. So you focus on so many other different things, right? So then it takes away your results that you once gained. So number 5, it gives me the peace of mind knowing I did what I said I was going to do. How awesome is that being intentional is a blessing, because it just gives me peace of mind. Like, it gives me peace of mind that, all right, if this didn't work out, I know it wasn't because of me. You can have peace behind that, but you got to be 100% honest. Was you giving maximum effort? I ain't say, was you giving 90%? Was you giving 80%? Was you giving, for that period, for that season, was you giving 100% effort? Knowing that's going to give you peace. So that's the blessing. So in conclusion, I got it big. Our thing been this whole time, I must. So in conclusion, I got at the bottom, I got 9 things on there. I don't know why I didn't do 10. That's weird. I only got 9, but I got 9 things on there. So in conclusion, I must be intentional about what I eat. I must be intentional about how much I eat. I must be intentional with meal prep. I must be intentional with late night snacking and weekend meals. I must be intentional when on vacation. I think my man, look, look, Mike Duvall, boy, I know I keep talking about him, but he better than me, because he said he went on vacation and lost 5 pounds. I said, man, brother, you focus. I ain't never did that. I don't care how healthy I think I am. I ain't never lose 5 pounds. I don't know if I lost any weight on vacation, but I know I ain't never lose that much, 5 pounds, because he lost 5 pounds on vacation. That's called razor-like. That's called sniper-like focus. That's called, I got the blinders on and I'm about to win this Kentucky Derby. I don't know about horses, but I think that's what they run. I think, I don't know. But so on vacation with this eating, man, that brother was intentional. And he told me, he said, man, I didn't think it was going to be this easy. It was easy, right? Number six. Number six is I got to be intentional at social gatherings. So level two is going to be great because guess what's coming up? Thanksgiving. Guess what's coming up? Christmas. Guess what's coming up? New Year's. Guess what's coming up? Birthdays, anniversary. You got to be intentional. I'm not saying like you got to be super strict in the sense of, oh, I can't eat this. Can't. No, I'm never saying you can't eat. You can do whatever you want to. You're grown. But what I am saying is, be intentional, man. Trust me, you don't gotta go. Look, that's the old you. The old you go to Thanksgiving and you gotta eat everything there. And you gotta stub yourself and watch the Dallas Cowboys beat some team. You know, because I'm a Cowboys fan, so you gotta watch them beat some team. And you gotta eat all the chicken and all the turkey and all this and all that. You don't have to do that. That's a lie. You don't gotta eat all the desserts. You know what I'm saying? Maybe get you a piece of pie. That's better than you. That's called being intentional. Even if I got one piece of pie, that's still being intentional because look, I used to eat 4 with the whipped cream. Then I go back and get some more. So just like, okay, so intentional meaning I'm super mindful about what my actions are because I still got these goals in my mind, right? So at social gatherings, you cannot give in to peer pressure. I was talking to a young man the other day, and I said, well, how come everybody can be who they want to be, but we, the people with the goals, can't be who we want to be? Why we feel like we got to be the one who compromise? Why I got to compromise when I go to my in-laws' house and eat Oreo cookies so they can feel better? Why I got to eat pizza and Doritos so they can feel good, and then I'm left feeling like crap? Why I got to go get drunk and drink all these drinks when everybody else? Why? Because the culture and the norm told me that that's normal, but that's bullcrap because the thing is, that's abnormal, okay? Our people wasn't always this unhealthy like we are nowadays. So that you don't have to do that. You can take back your health. You don't have to give in no more, okay? Be intentional. Tell them, nah, I'm intentional with what I'm eating, and donuts may not be on my intentional list. But if I know intentionally I can eat a donut and still reach my goals, more power to you. You know, but if you know you're addicted to donuts, I wouldn't try it. So number 7, I got to be intentional. Like I must think intentional. My thoughts have to be calculated now. If I know I'm working 12 hours, I'm a fool if I don't meal prep. Point blank, period. You cannot say anything different. So remember, being intentional is a serious thing. So number 8, how I view food. I can't view food the same way that I used to view food. Like, man, my views was all jacked up, man. But I was able to maintain. I wasn't getting healthier. I was able to maintain because I play basketball 6 hours a day. But so I must change and be intentional about how I view food. Now I can't view, oh man, this is just, some good tasty stuff, blah, blah, blah. If that food is not allowing you to reach your goal, always say it's outcome-based decision making. How is that working for you? So I'm not saying you can't eat cake, you can't eat cookies, you can't eat pie, you can't eat. But if you're eating these things and you're not getting no closer to your goals, I would reevaluate how I view oatmeal cream pies. I had to reevaluate that. Oatmeal cream pie was my goal, man. When I was young, when I was older, whatever, zebra cake, oatmeal cream pie, I can eat all 12. I can eat some more cookies from them Girl Scout and not blank. So I had to change my view about how I view those things. I was like, man, those things are hindering me. I got inflammation here. I got pains here because it was because of those foods. I wasn't intentional. Number 9, in life, period. So that's what it all sums up. A life lived with intentionality is a life well lived. I say that again. It's on your paper. A life lived with intentionality is a life well lived, man. Because if you live intentional, man, you ain't gonna have no regrets. You're gonna be on that deathbed saying, look, I know I did everything I can do. I know I was the best husband I could be. I know I was the best father I can be. I know I was the best servant of God I can be. I know I was the best. I was as healthy as I can be, man. Look, it was just my time. So it's like, man, you won't feel no regret. You won't feel down. You won't feel anything. And a person who is intentional will reach their goal eventually. So don't say, oh, man, well, I'm just supposed to be this. I'm supposed to be, when you're a dad, you're supposed to gain 30 pounds. Like that, nah, that's a bunch of baloney, okay? That's not my life, okay? Or, oh, I'm a grandma now, so I'm supposed to be, the fat old funny grandma. Nah, forget that crap. You can be in shape. You can be in tip-top shape, grandma. You can be the most in shape grandma ever in the world, because there's people out here doing it at 60, at 70, at 80 years old. So, so I was doing a study today, and it's going to be one of the level 2 teaching, but I was doing a study. Do you know people in Japan, man, they like, not everybody obviously, but they're like, they have the most people that live to 100 years old or whatever. So it's like, and they stick to some crazy principles, but they live like on an average of 20 to 25 years longer than us. That's crazy. There's people just like us, but they're intentional. They have certain principles and stuff that they don't break, and they're living to 100. We're down at 80 and 75, and we got all this medicine, all these doctors, all this stuff. We supposed to be so super advanced, but we can't keep ourselves alive. Like that don't make sense because we're not intentional. We don't care about our health as much. So we got to be intentional. So these last 2 weeks, remember, so we're ramping it up. So we're turning that thermostat up, man. We're saying no to more things, and we're saying yes. The reason why I want you to do this, because I want you to be able to experience a real change. But that's not saying deprive yourself of food either. Eat. I'm telling you to eat, but be intentional when you do eat. Like, don't say, oh, well, Sue said I can't go out to eat. I never said that. Go to a restaurant. Be intentional. Know ahead of time. Okay, if my husband or my wife want me to go to Burger King, I know, well, Burger King got some healthy stuff in there. So, but it's like wherever they want me to go, I got to remember what I said at the beginning. It's executed because of considered thought. All right, husband. All right, wife, you want me to go to Burger King? Or you want me to go to this pizza joint? Come on now. Like, I know, like, I'm not sacrificing my health for I'm just trying to make my husband and wife feel comfortable. No, make them feel uncomfortable so they can get healthy. If you don't ever make them feel uncomfortable and you keep compromising, getting down to their level, they'll die before you know it because they're not being healthy, and you know that being healthy is the way to go. So you cannot be a person that keep compromising with husband and wife, with kids. Oh, what are just kids? Well, Don, my grandma want him to eat ice cream. I'm like, no, I'm not giving him ice cream. No, like if he gets older, he wants some ice cream, or he can have ice cream. But I'm saying not right now. I'm not gonna start him all bad. You know what I'm saying? Eating ice cream. That brother eating avocados. He don't really like the carrots though. But all right, but that's it, y'all. So we have to be intentional. Being intentional is anything done with a purpose. So what is your purpose, and how? And what is your perceived value behind that thing which you are purposing to achieve? All right. I recorded that.